having breakfast, and I figured I'd go live. Hey y'all. Hey y'all. We had such a good time on yesterday's live. Shout out to all of y'all, for real. But I was thinking about just how, you guys know, well, you probably don't know, but I get very reflective when I am on vacation. And I take the, like, the atmosphere, the environment, just all of it. Like, I take it all in and I use it as an opportunity to really amp up my life when I get back to the States, right? And so it was the same thing last year. Last year, when I was on vacation at the top of the year, I was very reflective on just how I wanted my life to be when I got back. And 2024 was a great year. And I think it was such a great year because of how I started it and how I set the tone for that year. Hey, you guys. And so this year, and even when I think about the experience of each individual trip, right, that I took, this year was a step up, a level up from last year's trip, right? And it makes me feel like, okay, whatever you're doing the right things, because you're leveling up little by little, more and more, and you're watching it happen in real time, right? If you're watching your life just stay stagnant, if you're not growing, you're not becoming better, you're not doing anything different, then you're staying stuck, right? And so the best way to tackle that is to really just think about, like, okay, what is it that I want my life to look like? What is it that I want my life to feel like? What have I been doing that is working, and what have I been doing that's not working, right? You guys know, if you're on my channel a lot, I talk a lot about like, what goes on up here is what goes on out here, right? And so your life, your outer experience is a reflection of what's really going on internally in your mind, in your spirit, in your heart, right? And so it's really about figuring out what's happening up here, right? What's happening up here that is causing me to live a reality that I don't necessarily want to live, right? And so when you start to think in that way, it helps to level up your mindset and just level up your ability to really start shifting what's going on up here so that you can start shifting what's going on out here. So for me personally, you know, just watching how great of a year I had just last year and how this year started out for me, I know I'm going to have an insane 2025 is going to be so good, just because of how I'm setting the tone and how I'm being intentional about the life that I want to live. And that has not always been the case. I used to be a go with the flow type of person. I'm just going to go with the flow. And although I agree to some degree, we have to be able to go with the flow and roll with the punches and play the cards that we're dealt, right? But I also not just believe, I also know now firsthand that we have to be intentional about the life that we say that we want. Hey, you guys, we have to decide, right? I talked about this on yesterday's live. We have to decide that I am going to level up my life in some way, shape, or form. And I am not going to allow whatever my situation is, whatever my circumstances is, to keep me stuck. Because there's always an answer. There's always a way out. There's always something. Everything is figure outable. Okay? Every single thing is figure outable. And I don't want you to... Good morning. I don't want you all to get in a place and in a space in your life where it's like, I don't know what to do, so I'm just not going to do anything. Right? Because sometimes it can get like that. We can get so overwhelmed with life that it feels like, I know that there's something that I need to be doing. I know that I have to do something different. I don't know where to start, so I'm just not going to do nothing. I'm just going to keep doing exactly what I'm doing and keep staying small. right? But you got to choose your pain and you got to pick your poison, because you're not happy staying small. You're not happy being stuck, right? It's going to be uncomfortable doing the things that you need to do to be able to get out of that stuckness. But at the same time, which one do you want to remain feeling uncomfortable in? Do you want to stay where you are and feel the discomfort of just staying where you are? Or do you want to feel the discomfort of exploring the possibilities and actually getting the things that you say that you want in life, right? And so it's just so important for you to really make a decision to really go after the things that you say that you want, right? And look at people's life and point out the things that you don't want for yourself, right? Like the trolls that don't have a life and they just sit on social media just to troll. That's their life, right? And so it's insane, because like that is your life, and that's sad, right? That's your life, and that's sad. But that's what I've been doing, just really feeling my way through and thinking about the things that I wanted to do more of and how to get to my first $1,000. So that was, or how did I get to my first $1,000? So that was the initial part of coming on live. I was just thinking about, okay, well, if my goal is 10,000 a month, what did I do to get to my first 1,000? What did I do to get to my first 100, right? And so I'm gonna post a video. I just recorded it, but I figured I would just come on live and just talk about it live. So the first thing that I did to get to my first 100, to my first $1,000, was to pick a niche that somebody actually had a problem solving, right? Pick a problem. Pick a problem. Out of all the problems that we have in this world, pick one that you can help somebody solve and help them solve that problem, right? And so I knew that I was my own avatar. I was my own target audience. I was my own target person, because I struggled with getting my first sale online. And when I actually got it, then it became like a game to me, because it was like, okay, well, if I got my first one, let me see what I did to get my first one. Let me try it again. And then that's how I started just trying different things. Is how I started creating my strategy, right? And really paying attention to what actually works. So just think about a problem that you have, or a problem that you have had. So for example, if you have bad credit, start solving that problem for yourself. And then as you are going through the experience of solving it for yourself, help other people solve it for themselves, right? People just want help. People want to know, what is your experience doing this? You have bad credit, I have bad credit. How you fixing it? So I can start implementing and doing that thing, right? Same if you know how to do an oil change on a car. Get online and show people how to do an oil change on a car. I will for sure watch a video about how to do an oil change if I have like people to do it for me. Right? So thinking about a problem that people actually have that you can help them solve was my first thing. So when I first created my first digital product, it didn't really solve a problem. It was just a digital product that I felt like creating, but it didn't actually solve a problem. Not like a real desperate problem. And so God only had me go through the experience of creating a digital product for the sake of learning the ins and out of creating a digital product, right? And then I had to experience creating a digital product and not making any money from it. It's all tied in together, because had I not created that first digital product, and had I not felt the frustration of not making any money from that digital product, then I would have never got to a place where I had to figure out how to start selling it, right? Where I would have never got to a point where I had to figure out, like, what the hell am I going to do? Because I want to make money online, but I don't know how. But one thing led me to another, right? It's no coincidence that you're on this live right now. Everything works together. That's something that I say all the time. Everything is working out for me. Every single thing is working together for my good. Like, it's all in alignment, all in flow. There's something in every situation that I need to be aware of, or that I need to learn, or something that I need to do, right? And so that's my first thing. That would be the first thing, is to pick a problem that you can help somebody else solve. If you need help doing that, I have a workbook in my description, and it's called 100 Ways to Guarantee Your First Sale. And it literally helps you identify what you are good at and what you could possibly share with the world, and how you can help somebody else solve a problem that you might have had. So it helps you to identify a problem that you have solved, or whatever it is that you know. It's going to bring that out, and then you're going to have options as to what you can start talking about, start sharing your experience and your value about. The second thing would be, for me, it was to get to my first 100 or to get to my first 1,000 would have been, I had to push through the discomfort. I had to do things afraid, and I had to do things even though it was uncomfortable for me to do, in order to get to this point. I had to, even on the days where I didn't want to record a video, I had to get on here and record a video, right? Even on the days where I wanted to hide from the camera and I didn't feel qualified to even speak, or I didn't feel like I had what it took, or I didn't feel confident, I had to still get in front of the camera and push through those feelings. Because what that did was, the more that I did it, the more I nurtured and matured that muscle, that mental muscle of, you can do this. The more you do it, the more you feel like you can do this, right? And it's going to be hard. It was hard in the beginning, right? Because it was just like, is anybody going to watch the videos? Is anybody going to listen to anything that I have to say? Is anybody going to take my advice? And here I am, 1,200 plus subscribers here on YouTube right now. And that might be little to somebody else, but that's huge to me, because I was so afraid of even doing this. Like, I did not want to. Like, I did not want to do it, because I was like, I wanted to, but my confidence wasn't there. I overthunk everything, like everything. I would overthink every single thing, every single aspect of just doing what I had to do, right? And so the more I did it, even though I didn't feel like doing it, the more I actually got better at it, right? And the more confident I felt, right? Before, I would never come on, like, just getting up, putting my glasses on, and coming downstairs to eat breakfast, no makeup, no anything. I would never do this. Ever. Okay? And so, just to know that, like, I have gotten so comfortable in knowing that I have value to offer, and it has been shown and proven in the amount of money that I've made here, and what I've accomplished in this short period of time, right? And I know you can do the exact same thing. You can do the exact same thing, okay? You have every single thing that you need. You're not missing anything. You just need to get in the right environments around the right people, and guaranteed you can accomplish the things that you want to accomplish. So that'll be the second thing for me, is just pushing through the feelings of discomfort, the feelings of, I don't know that I can do this. I want to, I know that I'm in my core, I know I could be successful.